indulgence to put up and to display inconsistency. And has had enough. Conte has had enough. And I love the fact that he exposed these players and has exposed them for who they are. Like I said, aside from a handful of players can count on one hand, this sports squad is bang average. That's on fact. That's
Now
fact.
I try to hide the situation, but now, oh, there are 10 games to go, and something thinks that we can fight. We can fight for what? With this spirit, with this attitude, with this commitment. For what? For the 7th, 8th place, 9th place? I'm not used to this position. I'm really upset. And everybody has to take the responsibility, not only the club, not only the manager, the staff. The player has to be involved in this situation. Because it's time to change the situation if Tottenham wants to change. If they want to continue in this way, they can change manager, a lot of manager, but the situation cannot change, believe me. Thank you very much.
For a long time, players get away with lack of accountability and responsibility because they know the attention of the fans and the media is always on the manager most of the time. I get it. The box stops at the manager. He takes the glory and he takes the disgrace sometimes. But when do we have to call the players for questioning? I'm surprised at the car moment, the exclaiming loud moment of fans on Twitter and other platforms, and some of even the media men and women. Why people are surprised at Conte's outburst? I don't rate Conte as much as you rate him, even though I'm not saying he's a bad manager, because people move from one extreme to one extreme. I have never said Conte is a bad manager. I just rate him as this world-class manager. I think he's a manager that is very good, but he needs certain level of resources to prosper. And I stand by that. And we can see the empirical evidence of that. Now, let's stick to Conte's outburst. Yeah, for at least he came out and said he has been protecting his players too much. They've become so indulged. And that is factual. Dyer is diabolical. Romero's hot and cold, very erratic. Longley, bomb. The goalkeeper, Higuaín, has 2 or 3 mistakes in him every time. How do you expect Conte to work with certain players that have that gross level of inconsistency? What do you want him to turn to a magician? I say we live as a. Let's calm down first. We fail to understand and realize that managers are not magicians. They have to work with human beings that are quality, and the quality is not there. It will show. You want him to see. Last season when he sneaked into the top 4, I maintained it was because of the injuries at Arsenal, not because Spurs were better. It was injuries. So our key players are less Spurs, get to the top 4, and we can see everything has come down, crashing down. Why? Because those players are not good enough. Basement they bought him wasn't good enough even before the injury. Rodrigo Betancourt, hot and cold before the injury. Richarlison, injury prone. Aside from Kane and Song, and we can see Song has gone on a sharp decline. We can see what's happening. See, Conte has the right to come out to have that outburst. He went full Italian job on his players and on the club. He might get sacked by Monday, or he might still remain on the job. But let's see how this interesting expose, very explosive expose, let's see how it unravels. We have to state the fact that the players have been escaping the sense of responsibility. We have to call the Levy and the board questioning. He needs better players. I'm an Arsenal fan. I hate Spurs. I'm saying it. It's all footballing hate. It's not personal hate. I don't wish them any kind of violence on them. It's just tribalism that exists in football. But let's be real. The sports squad is absolute bang average. Aside from a sprinkle of, like I said, a Song and a Hurricane, maybe Rodrigo Bentancur once in a while, Kulusevski has fallen off the perch. That squad is not just good enough. They are grossly inconsistent. Now that Conte has finally called them to task, hold them responsible, everybody's surprised that, for what? He just said the truth. And people always seek the truth until it's being told, and they are surprised, and they are perplexed, and they are like, oh, you should have said the what way. Conte said the truth. And the truth sometimes stings. The truth sometimes pokes and pinches you the way you don't like it. But it's just the truth. We prefer comforting lies. Like I said, he has been covering up for these players for the longest time, and they've been hiding under this indulgence to put up and to display inconsistency. And that's had enough. Conte has had enough. And I love the fact that he exposed these players and has exposed them for who they are. Like I said, aside from a handful of players you can count on one hand, this sports squad is bang average. That's on fact. That's fact. That is fact. Let's see how this episode of Conte's Italian job unravels. Let's see what will be the next action by Daniel Levy and the board. Let's see, are they going to sack him or are they going to leave him to the end of the season for him to work? Let's see. But I applaud Conte for coming out and saying it the way it is. I applaud Conte for exposing the squad. See, even went further talking about even though they sack him and bring another manager, if you do not bring the quality players and change the mentality of that squad, let's not forget, even before Conte came in, Spurs are known for bottling. They call them the bottling club because they are used to failing and failing and failing. And for Harry Kane, if he doesn't take that walk and sign that new contract at Spurs, it shows you where his head is. It shows you where his mentality as a man is. It shows his mentality as a sports person is, whether he wants to win or he wants to remain losing. Like, share, subscribe, and all those good stuff. And I'll see you guys on the next one.